Good evening, Internet, and welcome to Top Shift 58, where I am discovering the joys of CQC, as you can see right here. This is part of the Mayhem event, which goes on until Tuesday the 15th. And there I have just completely wiped one of the Frontier developers who is taking part in these Tuesday night sessions. As you can see, this is very, very fast-paced. But I'm managing to hold my own so far, and it is very, very tight. I am flying an Imperial fighter against Federal fighters, Eagles, and Sidewinders are in here somewhere. Oh, this is a bit tight. There you go, that's one down. And that's a bit close. Now, the Mayhem event ends this Tuesday on the 15th of March. It's been a celebration of the fact that the CQC part of Elite Dangerous has been split off as a small £5 game called Arena. And to be honest, for £5, this is absolutely fantastic if you just want to blow off a bit of steam. Especially if you're out in the far end of the galaxy and just want to come back for a bit of a shoot 'em up. You can have pickups here to increase your and my shields in this case, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that this won't do me. Ooh, that was a bit close. This won't do me much good, because these players here are actually quite good. Rule number one is stick to CQC, stick to cover. I think I was sticking a little bit too close to cover there. Oh, damn, I've overshot. That's it. I might as well just paint a big target on my back. Yep, there we go. Shield gone. Boom. And after that, we are now sat in my latest addition to my fleet, the Type 9. Now this ship, I have been scared of flying because it is so big, it just fits through the docking slot. Now, as you can see, I've got Mr. Braben agreeing with me on a lot of things. He does seem to know quite a bit. And to be honest, this is the first time I've flown this since Alpha. And my God, it turns like an absolute pig. I've been used to the Python up to this point, and I've just sold Big Red, as I used to call my old Python, and this is like wallowing in mud. Now, I've got the ship here from Senata Dressera, and I'm going to be taking it all down to my trade route down near Semius in the Empire. Now, that's going to be quite a lot of jumps, and I am so surprised ooh, hang on. Yes, I was going so slowly through the docking port, then I got a warning. Wow. So, overall, this is a D-rated vessel. Everything I've put on here is D-rated, meaning that this ship is the lightest it could be. The exception, of course, being the jump drive, or the frame shift, which I've put up to its maximum. Right, Semius. It's going to be a long way to go. And there we have her. Now the best place to go here is Meek Dock, because that's one of my favourite haunts. And right, we do have a discovery scanner on board, so any systems which I haven't explored so far, always useful to capture a little bit of discovery data. Everything counts towards your rating. So, what else has been happening? Well, there's been an awful lot since the last Top Shift. And just wait for this jump to happen. But the main news, I'm afraid to say, is that 2.1, which we've been waiting for such a time,
4, 3,
has been delayed.
1, engage.
Now, Frontier have stated that this is mostly due to quality issues, This is to either raise the quality or maintain the present quality, which, to tell you the truth, they've set the bar quite high to maintain it in the first place. Whoa! So that is a brown star. My god, this thing turns slow. Oh my, well, the heat's climbing up as well. Right, let's just get on to the next system, I think.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, yes, I'm afraid to say that Engineers is delayed. It looks like the beta will be the end of May, so we're looking at a release time probably in June. If it sticks to the usual 2 weeks, then release thing pattern that Frontier have stuck with. But, on the upside, there does seem to be a lot of good stuff coming in 2.1, which will enhance what's already there in Horizons. Now, one of the things that they have acknowledged so far has been the missions. There's quite a few broken missions at the moment. The standard trade ones, the standard assassination ones, the standard search for points of interest on a planet, they seem to be fine. But unfortunately, there's been a number of basically, I don't know how to describe them. They're basically missions where you have to look after a package or defend a package for an amount of time, or deliver a package to someone in mid-space. Those kind of missions, or oh yes, there's another one, kidnapping. Those kind of missions don't seem to have worked. So Frontier they've been disabling them in the background simulation, so we don't see them, and they're due for an overhaul in 2.1. And fingers crossed that they managed to knock these bugs out of the park, because they were very, very frustrating, especially for new players. But the main thing about Engineers is the Engineers themselves. Now, these are contacts that are aligned with certain organizations that are hidden on planets within the civilized bubble of the galaxy. You run missions for them, and they will be able to generate or create specialized components for your vessel, which could give you an advantage in a fight or a trade run. And it's an enhancement of the synthetics. An enhancement of the synthetics mechanics that are already in, which I found very, very useful. It's just driving about on a planet to find the synthetics in the first place, because there's no trading allowed in these synthetics. What the? Ooh, look at this. Can hardly see that one. So there goes in the scanner. Yep. I wonder if I can actually scan the planet itself. Normally in the Python, you'd be able to flip round quite quickly, but in this case, yeah, we're going to try and scan this brown star. But it's so slow to turn the Type 9. This is something I'm not used to. So the heat is going up quite a lot as well. It's a bit worrying. I might as well point out I've only just got enough to cover the insurance for this thing. And yeah, it's a bit of a worry if this... I don't want to crash up my first flight. I'd never live it down. Right, let's see if we can scan this. Oh, going in there too fast, I think. All this for about 1,000.
Temperature critical.
Oh, that's worrying. Well, we can hear the warning sights go off. Sod the scan, let's try and get out of here.
Warning, taking heat damage.
Ooh, heat damage.
Warning,
And
temperature critical.
oh, bum. Right, so what's happened here is I've dropped in too close to this star, or brown dwarf. So at the moment heat is a problem, so what I have to do is switch off all non-essential systems, which is what I'm doing now. And I will hopefully be able to then drop a heatsink and then jump away from the system. A bit of a silly thing to do, just trying to scan for what would effectively be 1,000 credits of data. Well, we're that close now, we might as well. But I wouldn't recommend this kind of close approach. The truth is a bit worrying. Right, let's bring her around. There we go. Now, can we get away? I don't even know how much damage has been done to the components. But the humiliation of losing my Type 9 on its first flight. No! Right, full power to engines. Let's get out of here as much as we can. At least we're not mass locked. That would be really bad.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, there goes the heatsink. You could hear the heat warning kick in there. Now what the heatsink's done is it's taken all that heat and chucked it out in the thing at the back.
4, 3,
And you can even hear the cockpit beginning to frost up.
engage.
But if you also notice, just before I jumped, the heat just absolutely hammered back up again. I think I was quite lucky there. Oh, change of underwear, I think. Oh, look. Oh, goody. Another brown giant. Brown dwarf. This time I'll just keep away. Throttle down, just scan it and get out. Well, there's 3 extra things in this system. That's a surprise. All of them are a little bit too far away, I think. Let's have a look. Right. Please, please, please tell me that that is manageable. Ugh. You can see here that brown dwarfs, they're actually purple. And because they're purple, all the planets in that system are purple. And they've already been scanned by somebody else, so I think it's time to move on. So the other things to consider in 2.1, which hopefully we'll be getting, are mission overhauls, obviously, to fix the problems that we've had so far. Avatar Edition. Now, we know that we're getting the Avatar Creator later in the year, but what they're doing at the moment is they're taking that technology and using it to create faces for NPCs, for example, for the engineers, so that we're already going to see what that engine is capable of before we can actually use it. It might also be helpful to actually see this. They tried this out in the old Frontier games, and if they've got it to work properly this time, it should add a little bit more ambience and atmosphere to the game. The other thing that they've been working on is an AI overhaul, and another. Oh god, you know, I'm getting scared of these stars. I'm also wondering about my fuel. Yes, an AI overhaul is coming into the game, and this way, I think it's been acknowledged that there's been a little bit too much of the ships ramming each other, or ramming you rather, or especially some of the security ships. And I think Frontier have decided to take an approach to overhaul the AI. In addition to that, they've upped the difficulty for a lot of the higher ranks of AI pilots. So when you come across an elite pilot in a Viper, you will probably be scared of that pilot.
Frameshift drive charging.
At the moment, if you've got a decent enough ship, smaller ships are not a problem. The pilot skill seems to be irrelevant. But from what I've heard so far, this AI upgrade is something to be scared of.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, the last thing that I should point out is that over the period of the last year, some of the graphics in Elite Dangerous has been downgraded. Now, that's nothing to do with the Xbox version coming out or various other rumours like that. It's mostly been because of the performance issues. A lot of the lower end graphics cards couldn't handle the effects of the asteroid fields, and I must admit, when you go to an asteroid field now, it doesn't look as pretty. Now, from what they're saying, is that those graphics updates are coming back in, not to the extent they were, but they should be back to being jaw-droppingly beautiful as it was before. Again, we'll have to wait to the end of May to see how this all pans out, but so far I've still got plenty of things to do, like crash my Type 9 into a sun. And why isn't my fuel scoop kicking in? Oh, this is worrying. I might have to stop off at another planet for a refueling stop. So, what else has been happening? Well, the other good news is that it has just been announced a couple of days ago that Elite Dangerous is going to be a launch title for Oculus Rift. Now, this has been a long-going saga with Oculus Rift because it was one of the first games to use the headset.
Frameshift drive charging.
And what happened was that Oculus upgraded one of their SDKs. I think it was SDK 07, and Elite Dangerous stopped working with it because the way Oculus decided to redo their SDK caused a problem. Now, Frontier and Oculus have been working on this all this time, and at one point there were rumours that Elite Dangerous had dropped Oculus Rift, and the Oculus symbol did disappear off the Elite Dangerous website for a while, which of course fired a whole load of rumours. The good news is that obviously these issues have been sorted, and that as it's a launch title, it will be, if anybody has Elite Horizons or Elite Dangerous now and they have an Oculus Rift, they will be able to download a special edition just for their Oculus. It's supposed to be completely its client changes. It's not a special full version, but it's changes to the client which will enhance the Oculus Rift experience. So well done to everybody involved. It's good to see Elite Dangerous back with Oculus Rift, because I've tried it out with the DK1 and DK2, and I must admit it was a very immersive experience. Which brings me on to the other thing that I do like about VR, is that Oculus Rift is not only your only option. You've got Vive as well, which people have been taking orders on for later, and also there is the Google Cardboard. Google Cardboard is the one that I use, basically because I'm a cheapskate. However, I've just upgraded to the latest Google 6P, or P6, I can never remember which way around it is, and I'm going to be trying the Google Cardboard with the brand new headset that I got with the phone, and it'll be very interesting to see how it performs better than the Nexus 5, considering
Frameshift drive charging.
how much better the screen resolution is in the new phone. So expect to see a new Google Cardboard video coming soon. Oh, off we go again.
4,
That fuel's getting
2,
very, very
1.
low.
Engage.
Right, well, what else? Lave radio. Well, as everybody knows, I am a host on Lave Radio, and we just recently done our 100th show. So I'd just like to give a shout out to everybody else in the Orange Sidewinder. Thanks, guys. It's been a laugh. It's been great to reach 100. I hope that I'm with you for quite a few more. And I must admit, I am really looking forward to LaveCon, which is happening later in this year in July. I'll be there with my whole load of miniatures games, which will include X-Wing, it'll include Armada, and if things go to plan, I will also bring down my version of the miniatures game, which I've been working with Dave Hughes of the Elite Encounters role-playing game. I've been working on it with him to create a miniatures game and a well, how would you describe it? Yes, a vehicles combat simulator, so that it's compatible within the miniature game that I am working on and within his RPG. So keep an eye out for that. Celadon, who's Dave Hughes, he runs a catch-up session showing progress on the project on a Monday. So drop by, say hello to him. He's very nice.
4,
Honest.
3, 2, 1, engage.
The other thing that has been happening is that Lave Radio had its own community goal, which has passed successfully. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thanks to the 1,500 people that took part just to get a new transmitter in-game for Lave Radio. And because of that, we now know there will be a orange Sidewinder in the game broadcasting in from Lave at one of the unidentified signal sources. So thanks to Frontier to that as well. So a lot of other things have been happening in the game itself. We have the Distant Worlds, who are over the far side of the galaxy at the moment, taking some fantastic videos. If you get a chance, check out Obsidian Ant's videos about the Distant World expedition. Absolutely astounding. What they are discovering over there is just jaw-droppingly beautiful. And also, as part of the 100th anniversary, or podcast rather, of Lave Radio, they had an interview with David Braben, Lucky Foz and Lucky Chris. Well, one of the little things that Mr. Braben let slip, probably much to the annoyance of the rest of the development team, was that he's revealed that barnacles are alive. Now that means that everybody who's been harvesting barnacles has been probably killing them. So, I wonder what the heck the fallout is going to be for that. Sit tight, guys. There's a whole load of plot all happening out where the barnacles are, with research scientists going missing and pirating voids, and it's an interesting little development over there. And if you want to go out there, I think there's a community goal and a few items. The barnacles, the alloys there that you can harvest from the barnacles, they are still going for a lot of money, but just be very, very careful, because you just don't know what you might scoop up. Another little twist in the plot of Elite Dangerous is that several months ago, the federal president went missing. Apparently his starship, or her starship, blew up. And it has just been discovered, after an investigation, that yes, it does look like it was an accident, yes, but one thing they have recovered has been a whole load of escape pods from that said starship, including the president. Now, since then, an election's happened, and we have Zachary Hudson, who is now the president of the Federation.
Docking request granted.
Now, this leaves a little power question of who's actually in charge of the Federation, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now, there are another couple of additions that need to be noted in the background simulation. In Facis, one of the Empire's strongholds, one of the majestic capital ships, these big majestic battle cruisers, has been completely destroyed by forces unknown. Now, in the game, that's very, very difficult to do, but it's something that I think is highlighting that there's something going on. Oh my god, this is hard to fly. I hope it makes me a lot of money, because, this is going to be difficult. And finally, the Federation is also put a community goal together, which is running at the moment, to build one of the
Docking
brand new
successful.
Farragut
Engines
battle cruisers.
disengaged.
That's one of those big ones that is on the federal side, which just basically looks like a massive Corvette. So at the moment, folks, I think it's time to call it a night. Thank you for staying up with me, and I promise I'll be catching up with more top shifts soon. Until then, thank you and good night.